Hi guys, thanks for checking out my first YouTube video of 2018. If you are familiar with my work, my name is Fauna. I go by Fauna Lore on Instagram. Instagram is where I post most of my artwork. I post a lot of sketches, thumbnails, works in progress, finalized pieces, and I've been at this professionally for about a year. I started out my art business back in the end of 2016. And one of the things I've really been wanting to do is get more into creating YouTube videos, whether it's tutorials, speed paints, anything that can help out up-and-coming artists. This video today I recorded a piece that I recently did. I don't have a name for it just yet, but it's a personal piece. It is a watercolor and gouache piece, and I'll tell you a little bit about the materials I used and the process that I took to create it. So the process that I went into is first I sketched out my piece as a thumbnail sketch in my sketchbook, which I use a Canson XL mixed media sketchbook. It's one of my favorites. The paper is very smooth and it can take a lot of different medias, especially watercolors, which I love. And I also tend to use a lot of Copics in it, and if you are familiar with Copics, you know that those kinds of markers can bleed through the paper. But with the Canson mixed media sketchbooks, it seems to hold up the ink pretty well. Sometimes it does bleed, but it just depends on how much pressure I think that you put down on the paper and how much ink you lay down. If you're just doing sketches, it's like perfect for it. The second thing that I do after I've sketched out my thumbnail is that I typically go into drawing on my watercolor paper, which I believe this is Archie's cold press watercolor paper that I'm using. I buy that in big sheets and then I cut it down to different sizes because I do different size artworks. I don't like to be confined to 8.5 by 11s or the basic sizes that you typically get from your general art stores. And after I have cut down my sheet to kind of around the idea that I have for the size of the painting I want to do, I will sketch out with a Kohl Erase Prismacolor colored pencil. I have two colors of these, but I tend to use the red the most. I have a lavender color as well, but the red seems to give like a different feel on a lot of my paintings. I do like to use lavender for pastel type paintings, or paintings that I don't want the color of the pencil to show up through as much. But for this one, red was great because I used a lot of pinks and a lot of purples, and a lot of like warmer tones. After I have gone in and sketched out with the Kohl Erase pencil, I'll go in and do a watercolor wash of a lot of the colors that I plan on using. It kind of gives me a chance to give a very light lay down of base colors that I want to use. And for the watercolors that I used quite a few different ones. I used Van Gogh, I used the Prima watercolor palette. You can get these on Amazon. They have quite a few different palettes, and this is the classics that I use. After I put down a wash of watercolor that I'm happy with, then I'll go in and start doing the main subject matter, usually in gouache. My favorite gouache paints to use are Turner Acryl gouache, or Acryl gouaches. I found that they are pretty comparable to Holbein, which a lot of artists use Holbein. They're just a little cheaper, a little more in my price range, and I tend to get these from a website. I can go to my local art store, which is Jerry's Artorama, or you can get these online through their website, and a lot of the times they'll have really awesome discounts. I'll put a link in the description to go to the website and where I get my gouaches from. So yeah, after I have planned out all my colors, then I'll go in and I'll start doing the details. A lot of the times I use black line work, but I'm trying to get away from that a little bit. So for this one, I tend to use a grayish red, like a dark red color for a lot of the line work. I also mixed it in with some of the detail shading, just to kind of bring the piece together.
Told my boss that I'm done. Had no luck with my mom.
Enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks for stopping by. Feel free to subscribe. I will be doing more videos, or I'll be trying to. I'm certainly teaching myself a lot of editing, and I'm trying to get around to doing more. So thanks for stopping by. If you're from Instagram and you've been keeping up with the updates that I've had on projects that I want to do, then you're awesome. Thanks for stopping by for this, and thanks for all of your support. I have a lot of long-term followers, a lot of mutual followers, and if you're one of those people, then you're the real MVP, and thanks for stopping by. So go ahead and click that subscribe button if you like what you see. Hit the like button, and if you have any questions for me, if you want me to try and create any other content, any other videos, tutorials, anything you might like me to make a video of, let me know, and I'll definitely do my best. Thanks for the love, guys. Enjoy the rest of the video. Have an awesome day. Bye!